I've got another challenge. This is a 45-litre tub. I'm gonna fill it. You know when you have a really bad crochet day? So that happened, and now I'm in pain and I just don't want to crochet anymore. It spurred me on when I had no spur. It's all gonna go swimmingly well. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Crochet Doctor. My name's Amy and I'm a doctor who crochets. I've got another challenge. They just keep coming. We got completely wiped out of small plushies at our most recent event. It was a cheap and cheerful event and the smaller items, like the under £20 items, just disappeared. I need to restock those desperately because in 3 weeks' time we have 3 back-to-back events. And they are big events as well. We usually take 4 figures at the 2 that we've done before, and the other one is an unknown. So I need lots of little items, and I have 1 more week off before I start my new job. I have 7 days. So I thought, what kind of 7-day challenge could we do? This is a 45-litre tub, I believe. I think it's 45 litres. I'll double check. This is a 45-litre tub. I'm gonna fill it. And I'm gonna fill it with small plushies. It's gonna take a while. The idea is that I crochet items that are worth £20 and under, preferably £10 and under, and the really small items, and gradually fill up this tub. This is this week's plan. 7 days to fill this. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm curious to see if I can do it. I know that I fill these tubs regularly, but I never ever get to the top because I just chuck stuff in and then the other half takes it out to label it and sort it out. So we never really get to the top of it. I'm curious to see how much it takes to fill this because actually it's quite difficult. This morning I have already started crocheting. I haven't got an inventory yet of what we have left from the market, but I did remember that my fruit bowl got completely obliterated. I think I have a couple of blueberries and a satsuma left. I know I have no bananas and minimal pears, so I started making bananas. This morning, I have finished 3. And I've got another 4 peels. I want to get to 10. I need 10 of these, ideally, in my stock. And I'm hoping that will be enough. I'm going to start today. The challenge within a challenge is to restock my fruit bowl. And I'm bringing back the cherries. That is something I'm bringing back. And I know it's not a fruit, but peas in a pod have also been popular. I might have a look at making some of those as well. These are just some ideas that are flowing, not necessarily definite plans. But for now, I can go 1, 2, 3 bananas. And just to give you an idea as to how little impact that has had. They don't take up much space. I think this challenge is going to be pretty difficult. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in 7 days. Bear in mind, we're also spending 3 days at my mum's house in Kent. What do you think? Do you think I'm going to be able to fill this tub with small plushies? Do you think I'm going to get halfway, 75%? Put in the comments below a percentage which you think I'm going to be able to fill of this bucket. I want to fill 100%. And that should give us a really good start to inventory for the next few markets. Better get crocheting. It's about 10 o'clock and I have made another 4 bananas. Just run out of the lemon yellow. I've come up to get some more yarn, but I am exhausted. The other half and I have decided it is nap time for everyone. So we're going to have a nap and then we're going to carry on and be more productive. But until then, these 4 in the tub. 7 bananas. 3 more of them needed. I have started on another peel. That's it so far. It's 5 o'clock. I have made another 3 bananas, which gives us 10. That is all of the bananas I planned on doing. I then made a couple of sets of cherries. I hate making these. They take ages. They're really intricate, but they are so cute. And I do plan on making more, but 2 is probably my limit for today. And then I've started an axolotl, but after the nap, I still feel really dazed and exhausted from the weekend. hopefully once the kids go to bed, I've got some paperwork and admin I need to do, and then I might get some more crocheting done. But this challenge is probably going to be harder than I thought. But all these items are pretty tiny, so we will see. I'll let you know what else I finish. Hello, bucket update. We finished our 10 bananas. I couldn't be bothered to get any more colour at that point. I made a couple of these guys, these axolotls. I finished up this colour and I had some scraps of the bright yellow downstairs. They worked really well. They go in the bucket. And then I started the pale rainbow octos. We completely sold out of these and I remembered that. We need a whole bunch more. I need a minimum of 20 before the next market, but I made all of the bodies yesterday and I finished the tentacles of 5 of them. 5. And then this morning the bodies had been done, so all I needed to do was add the tentacles, so I have 5 more. That's 10 of those in total. We're halfway to the minimum goal, which is good, but you do get bored of doing the same thing over and over again, so I'm gonna leave those and move on to something else. I've started some other plain colour octos and I've got the yarn downstairs for whales and pears and other things. Today we have plans, lots of plans, and I hopefully will be crocheting bits here and there and we'll see how it goes. But bucket update, you almost can't see the bottom until I tip it. There's a little layer there, which isn't bad for the first day. And they are all tiny. They're all small so far. When you look into the bucket, it looks full. I'll give you a little show. Looking into the bucket. Not bad. Not bad for day 1. I'll see you at the next update. It's the end of day 2, Tuesday. I've been busy today, so lower your expectations. I didn't get in till about 3:30 and then I spent time with the kids. This evening I've been doing admin and lots of other things. I have done some crochet, but not nearly as much as you would expect. I've been trying to get my octopus numbers up to where I want them. We are selecting 12 specific colours, 6 rainbow colours plus 6 additional, and I'd like to have at least 5 of each in stock. I'm mounting up my numbers. I only had 1 red one in stock, so I've got 2, 4 more, and then I've got 2 orange ones, and I have made 2, and there is 1 more literally in progress. I think I've got about half the tentacles left to do, but I put it down earlier and I never did pick it up again. That never got finished, but it will get finished tomorrow. But 2 more, so that's 6 octopuses today. The bucket doesn't look that much different. Tomorrow, however, I'm doing a 24-hour on-call, which means I have absolutely 0 plans and 0 responsibility on me because I have to be by my phone the entire time. Now, if I get back-to-back calls and I have to go in for hours and hours and hours, then I will get 0 crocheting done. However, if I get no calls, that could be a lot of time to just crochet. We shall see. If I'm not working, I'll be crocheting. If I'm working, I'm working. And that will completely dictate how well the task goes tomorrow. But you know what? 6 octos is better than 0 octos. And if I wasn't doing this challenge, probably wouldn't have made them today. The challenge is doing something. It is spurring me on. And I'm still feeling positive that we can get a good proportion of this bucket filled up. It's only been 2 days. We've still got a long way to go. Have faith. This is the octo that I left in this condition last night. I must have been pretty tired. Let's finish him and then that's another item. Hello, it is Wednesday morning. Little update, I finished those tentacles. They are done, so this octo can go in the bucket. And then with the rest of that skein of orange, I made 2 little clementines. Oranges, clementines, satsumas, whatever you want to call them. They're done and into the bucket. I am also in the middle of several mushy pops, other octos. There's lots of whips going on downstairs, hoping to get a lot more done today. So far, no calls from work. It is 10 o'clock and we'll see how it goes. Bucket update. Not massively different from the last one, but it's gonna get there. I have faith. We have 5 days. 5 days. I've just dug into my whip box and have found a few more things that could be very easily finished with little minis. I'm going to double check the inventory and see which ones we actually need, but things like these rainbow octos, bunny ears, mallards, definitely. I'm just not sure about the colours of mushy pops and octos. We will check the inventory to make sure we've got the right things going on, but I can definitely see some things here that need to be finished. It's Thursday morning. You know when you have a really bad crochet day? That was it for me yesterday. I got called into work and I'm exhausted. I didn't get home till gone 11:30 at night. I am, for some reason, completely wiped out. However, little update. What I did make before I left for work was 2 purple octos. So that's something. I do have the balls to make another 2. I just need to put the tentacles on. I just didn't get round to that. And other than that, I have no more crochet to show for yesterday. Bit sad. The bucket hasn't changed much. Considering we've had 3 days, this is going interestingly. I have a yarn parcel that has just arrived. This is from Wool Warehouse. Now, I've not used this yarn in a very long time. And I haven't used it in these colours. The colours will all need testing. Disclaimer, I need to do a bit more work. I went looking for burnout blanket in seafoam because I'd run out. They've stopped selling it on Wool Warehouse. There's no seafoam at all, and I use this for my turtles. And someone said to me that Snug as a Bug yarn is very, very similar to burnout. They're right. This is Snug as a Bug. This is the colour shade 2A120. It's seafoam. It feels almost exactly the same as burnout, but that is for my turtles. I also purchased a couple of colours, like variegated colours. This is like a bluey whitey colour, and then obviously you've got to have some rainbow in there. This is the yarn I need for today. I am out of lime green leggy froggies. This is the colour I use. I've used Snug as a Bug for leggy froggies before, so I don't need to test that. I need to make more in this. This is on sale and is way cheaper than burnout. It's slightly less meterage than burnout, but it's the same weight. It works beautifully. I'm going to make some leggy froggies today. That's the plan. Just to show you what else I got, because I had to order at least £30 worth to get free shipping, and I don't pay for shipping for wool if I can help it, because I always use wool. Look at that. The colourways on these are amazing. It's making me want to do my chunky bunnies again in the big ones. Stunning yarn. Love it. Okay. We are travelling to my mother's for a couple of days, just to have a bit of a rest, some help with the kids, bit of fun before I start work on Monday. I need to pack enough yarn with me to do lots of projects. So when I come back, it all goes in the bucket. I'm not taking the bucket with me. We're going on faith here. I'm going to start making some chunkier things to try and fill up the bucket, but they still fit the criteria for this video. They're still under £20. And I'm thinking chunky bunnies. I'm thinking chickens. I am thinking leggy froggies. I do need to make some whales and things like that. And actually, some of these would be great for whales. I don't have time to test it. I might take a little bit on faith, make a bunch of whales in the way that I make them, and test them when we get back and hope they pass. It's risky. It's risky, but I think I'm going to do it. So, whales, leggy frogs, bunnies, chickens. Yeah, let's get packing. I'm packing this one for the leggy frogs, and then for chickens. I'm going to do a load of chickens in this colour. I'm going to take those two. Oh, I love this. This is so beautiful. Lovely colour. I'm not taking these ones with me. No, I've got some yarn downstairs that I'm going to take. So I don't want to completely raid my shelves. But I need to do some teal octos, and I use the lighter teal octos. Let's be realistic while I'm at my mother's. We need some bunny colours. Is that going to be enough for a bunny? It'll be enough for some octos, and I need some baby pink octos. Baby pink. We've got 3 days. 3 days of crochet work. Shall we? Bunny? It's going to be a very girly palette. And I want some of this because I want to make octopuses in this colour. It's one of our staples. I need to make some more budgies. I've got white downstairs. Let's take a skein of this and let's take a skein of that because that's scraggy. I'm trying to use up some scraggy skeins. Realistically, is that going to be enough yarn for 3 days plus some stuff downstairs? Probably. I completely forgot to do chickens. I need their beak and their comb. Can't finish them without these. This is the yarn I have downstairs at the moment. I definitely need this for pears and frogs. I'm going to take this to use up for the octos and maybe a bunny because purple bunnies sell well. Speaking of purple bunnies, scraggy skein. There it is, my white. Take a ball of that. That's almost a full ball, I think. Fabulous. Definitely need eyes. Bubblegum. I'm going to take some of these whips, but I'm looking for my Bernat black yarn. What's that? Yes, this is what I use to do the leggy froggy eyes. It's a bit fluffy. I need to get more stuffing because this is all I have left and there's nothing really in it. But that bad boy arrived in the post, so we need to break into that. The stuffing. Hey! It's coming in pillowcases. I hate it when it comes in one big bag because it's a nightmare to store. Okay. Need to make a bigger hole. Okay, 2 big pillowcases. Not as good for transporting, but we'll see what we do. Cool. Thank you. You helping, doggo? We've actually come home earlier than expected because of car trouble that we need to get sorted out. It is Friday evening now. Haven't done much crochet today because of all of that hullabaloo, but let's just recap. This is the last one I got to. He's half done and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish him. I'm going to order more of this yarn. It's great. It's making really cute leggy frogs. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leggy frogs. I'm going to add those to our bucket, which makes it look a little bit fuller, but I think with 2 days left, it's a bit wishful thinking to think I'm going to fill the bucket. But it's not bad. If I do some chunkier, cheaper things, I reckon we could make a big dent. I think I started with the really little stuff, and that's where I, well, not necessarily went wrong, but that's why it didn't fill up very quickly. I'm home. I plan on crocheting all evening and sitting down and doing nothing else. I'm really excited. I'm going to work on some chickens and obviously try and do as much of this as possible and order some more of this yarn. Might make some little whales or bunnies or I don't know. We'll see. See what I feel like doing. Hello, little update. It is Saturday. I was up at 4:30 this morning. Oh, the joys of the heat. I finished off a few whips and did a few extras. Whips I finished, 2 rainbow octos, just needed sewing up eyes and tentacles in the bucket. 2 purple octos from earlier this week, they just needed their tentacles in the bucket. 2 pink octos that needed eyes, sewing up, stuffing and tentacles. And then these 2 I did from scratch because we only have 1 of this colour and I like 5 of every colour. There they are. Bucket update. I couldn't do the chickens this morning because they were in this office, and if I'd have gone into this office I would have woken everybody. Going to make these bad boys up and then I need to figure out what to do next. Honestly, I have no idea what I want to do today. Feel like there's a lot of octos in here, which is great because I need them. I want to make more of these guys, but I have no more of this yarn, so I might have to do a yarn order. Love a yarn order. Let's go do these and see what happens next. Hard love, baby dog. In other news, I made 2 bunnies today so far. I've got some scrappy parts of this teal left, so I'm gonna have a little look at my octo counts in this colour, see if I can't make a couple of octos with it because it's unravelled to the point of I hate it. So let's do that. You're gonna be so proud of me. It is Sunday morning. It is the last day of the challenge. I worked so hard yesterday. As you know, I finished the 8 octopuses in the morning, and then I kind of carried on working intermittently for the rest of the day, but was extremely productive. I finished all 4 of these chickens off. They now are completed and ready to tag and sell into the bucket. I finished 2, 3 bunnies yesterday and another 1 this morning. That's 4 bunnies to go in the bucket. I did a little teal octo because I had some teal left over. He can go in. And then oh, lost one. I finished 17 of these guys. I have 3 left over. I usually only take the number up to 10, but these are the most popular colour of the budgie, and with 3 events coming up back to back, I didn't want to run out. I upped our baseline number of these to 20. I needed 17 to make up the numbers. They're all going whoop, in the bucket. Now I made so much and so much effort went in, but they're so tiny. And then this morning I've started making more leggy frogs. This is in burnout blanket. I've got 1 cake and an entire skein to use up, and then I'm going to switch to the Snug as a Bug yarn, and I'm not going to be using this lime anymore, so I just want to finish it all up really. He can go in the bucket. Now I know it's the last day, it's probably not going to get full, but that's pretty good considering how we've been in the week. This, I think, is quite good. I'm going to work really hard today and see if I can't fill it with leggy frogs and maybe a few other tinies. We're getting there. I don't think we're going to fill the bucket, but I am hoping to get 80-90%. Really, really close. See you in a bit. Oh, so it is Sunday afternoon. It is nearly 4 o'clock. I've done 1 leggy frog today. 1. The godfather came over and was like, why don't we put that big box that's just sitting in the garden together? So we did that. I finished it up and then I stubbed my foot and broke my toe. I've been in minor injuries all afternoon because the toe was pointing in the wrong direction and needed moving a bit closer to its friend. So that happened. And now I'm in pain and I just don't want to crochet anymore. I am going to crochet some more today, but I don't want to do any more plushies. I am hoping to go live tonight and I just want to do something really simple. So I'm going to end this challenge here. I think you can forgive me. I broke my toe. It hurts. The bucket. Now, It's like here. We've got lines. How many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't include the top one and the bottom one. So like 11. Roughly a little bit under 10% per line. It's filled to here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sections. I'm going to say that's 70% full. Not bad if you ask me. Not 100%, but still not bad. It spurred me on when I had no spur. I've made a lot of plushies. I'm not going to count them. I have no idea. You can have a look at how many we've done because I'm sure that it's added up as we've gone through. You know what? Let's put it up there. That's how many plushies we've done. In fact, put it on the bucket. That is how many plushies we've done. I think that's a pretty good number if you ask me. And most importantly, it's a lot of stock for our next event. I start my new job tomorrow on a broken toe and it's all going to go swimmingly well. Nice and optimistic. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below. Hype if you have any hype left. Subscribe if you want to see more content from myself, particularly challenge videos, market videos, and now I'm starting some studio vlogs. Check out my Etsy store for crochet makes and crochet kits, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.